What's going on? So this isn't a planet video. Um, this is just a short 1 minute video. I was looking over Klaus Schwab's book. Sorry, I'm working, so if you hear noise, that's why. Anyway, I was looking at Klaus Schwab's book about COVID-19, and he sits there and talks about how we need to be interdependent. The byproduct of technological progress and globalization and the defining feature of the 21st century. It means that we live today on the brink of major consequential changes that are not independent from each other but are taking place simultaneously with their risks linked together, reinforcing one another through cascading and contagion effects. The pandemic has occurred at a very particular juncture when our economies and societies seem ill-suited to many of the challenges that lie ahead. When the geopolitical and technological landscapes are being reshaped in a way that will make them unrecognizable in just a few years. When the environment is on the brink of disaster and climate change is an existential threat, the conjunction of all these challenges concurring simultaneously and impacting each other defines systemic connectivity. It makes our current era unique in history. Not only are all the challenges or the changes happening at once, but they are also being exacerbated by the pandemic and unfolding very fast. As we will see, solutions to the major challenges we face do exist and are within grasp. But they will require a great deal of innovation and dramatic changes in our economies, societies, and as well as institutions, laws, and rules that govern them. Our life habits and modes of consumption will also need to change drastically. So then it goes and says, falsehoods, misinfo, disinfo, and conspiracies have always existed, but today they are served and magnified by the dominance and reach of social media and the virality of fake news. Furthermore, the manner in which social media now structure the communications between individuals can affect the collective ability of certain groups to form reliable beliefs. This manifests in two ways. We can opt, as we so often do on social media, only to interact with people who share our beliefs and refuse to do so with people who challenge them. In the process, by virtue of only connecting with those who think like us, we lose true connectivity and close down channels of vital communication. This creates partitions and polarization. All sorts of influencers, be they government agencies, industry groups, or even individuals, now have direct access to ready-made large groups of people with whom they can create relations of trust and dependency, thus aggravating and even inflaming polarization. It should come as no surprise that research conducted during the pandemic has exposed a link between COVID-related uncertainty and anxiety and an increased likelihood of adhering to conspiracy theories. This is part of the reason why powerful anti-science movements prolong the waning of the COVID-19 pandemic, hindering both public health and, more fundamentally, our ability to move forward in unison. Beyond the limits of the pandemic, the abundance of fake news and its ability to magnify and manipulate polarization hinders our ability to deal successfully with the momentous collective action program or problems that humanity faces. So basically, what Klaus, good old boy that he is basically telling us, so in the way I look at it, it's like saying, hey dummy, you're just somebody on YouTube who thinks he knows everything. You need to listen to the experts on COVID. So basically, it's like, shut off your critical thinking skills, listen to what CNN and Bill Gates tells you, and believe everything that they say. Believe everything that they say. Don't think for yourself. Don't ask questions. And if you don't believe everything that they say, then you're the problem. You're thinking for yourself. You're a horrible person. What's wrong with you? So we're the disease. If you didn't catch that. If you think for yourself, if you just don't want to believe what you're told, if you believe in your gut that something else seems to be the situation, not what you're being told, then you should believe that. But they don't want you to. And you look at these kids, these mindless, brainless, thoughtless teenagers that we have running around, they don't have a thought in their head. They'll believe anything they're told, unless it's the truth. And that's what they want. And if you don't believe what they tell you, you're the horrible person that's bringing down society. You're the reason that, the COVID still exists. And just go get vaccinated. And shut up. And be happy. And own nothing. And be happy. While you eat bugs. And get filled with drugs that you don't want. But be happy when you have nothing but bugs to eat. I mean, who wouldn't think that that sounds like the most amazing utopia ever? So, I'm going to be reading through this book. And I will keep making little videos to talk about what he says in his videos, because this is priceless stuff.